Growing up, I had a lot of elementary school teachers that really encouraged me to love learning, to push myself, and to love being at school. I think part of that was the relationship that a lot of these teachers had with my family. They knew me, they knew my family, they knew how to ask about my family and my little siblings at the time. And the first teacher I ever had, her name was Mrs. Andis. She was my kindergarten teacher. And I remember loving to be in her class. I remember loving to be in circle time on the carpet. And I would come home and I would tell my parents all about the different sayings that we learned and different things we learned. And I don't have any concrete memories of what we did in the class, but I have such a fond memory of Mrs. Handis and loving to be at school. My mom loved Mrs. Handis, and that relationship I think is really important, and the combination of the supports from both the family and the teachers was really important to my growth as a learner. And then in first grade, Mrs. Sagal really fostered a lot of my love of learning, and she kind of kept that going. I remember le- learning how to love reading and writing in her class. She gave me books that she thought I might like. She encouraged me to read in class. And I remember one activity that we did was this writer's coffee house. And now, so over the period of time, the whole class was working on two books. One was a how to, and one was a nonfiction book. And I remember my nonfiction book was about toucans, and my how to book was how to draw a turtle. I loved it. I loved that I could draw a turtle because I wasn't that creative as a kid. And I loved toucans. So I loved writing about that. And I remember preparing in the couple of days before this writer's coffee, I was preparing for it. Everyone was kind of in different stages. Some were still writing, some were on the final draft, some were adding a spiral binding to the books. But we were all preparing for the day when all our parents and our families would come in and they'd listen to us get to pick one book and read it in front of the class and all the families. And I remember us getting to decorate the classroom. We moved all the chairs and the desks around so that the families could sit in the chairs. And there was one chair up in the stage area for the students to sit in to read. It was incredibly fun and engaging. And it's just an example of how lesson planning, to keep students engaged really motivates them. I remember the whole first grade team of teachers worked together a lot. They dressed up a lot. For the 100th day of school, we all came in dressed as grandmas. For the 101st day of school, we all did Dalmatians. And I remember this class specifically with Miss Sagal was very much like a family where we all felt as though we could work together, we could talk to each other and learn together. And it not only included the students and the teacher, but our families as well. And that was a major part of what motivated me to continue to read and to continue to write. And I kept in contact with Miss Sagal throughout my time in elementary school. And I remember coming back to help her set up her classroom or coming back to play violin when I was older for all the first graders. And it was really a great relationship that we continued to have.